going on, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer. Let me start off this video here by cracking open a non-alcoholic beverage. It is Sunday, so we got to keep things light here. President's Choice Amber Ale, non-alcoholic beer. So I haven't got a call today, so I don't know if I'm working them all or not. A lot of times I'm on call. I didn't work today. It was nice and relaxing. I haven't had a day off in a long time, so I'll take the days off when I can get them because they are few and far between. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about on this video. Mainly today we're going to talk about how it's a great time to be a collector if you're into the Xbox One and the PS4. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. A few other things I wanted to talk about as well. The first thing I wanted to talk about, recently I had someone in my comment section that I've known for quite a while, have gone back and forth exchanges, and he just went off on me today. He's just like, fuck you, Canadian Gamer, fuck you, fuck this. So the reason why I bring that up is because I've mentioned this to people that are on this platform. Whether you post videos or maybe you don't have a channel and you just leave comments, you need to be very careful with who you interact with in these comment threads. Really, we don't know who many of these people are unless they have videos on their channel. Then you have a better idea of maybe who they are, but you still don't really know who they are. So you need to be cognizant of that and mindful, and you need to be careful with the conversations that you have. Not that there was anything too in detail or in depth that I shared with this other person, but at the same time, I've seen it before, and it has happened to me where you get to know someone and then you get a little bit more trustworthy with them, and then sometimes they can take you for a ride. So you need to be really careful. I'm not saying you stop interacting with people altogether, but even with me sometimes, if you leave a comment and then I leave a reply and it's not like a long-winded reply, it's nothing personal. It's just I have to, my time is short and I can't get too involved in these comment threads. It can be a little bit soul-sucking, if you're, maybe just a little off topic, but let's say you have like, 10 or 11 different channels that you watch, that you're subscribed to, and you're committed to watching all of the videos that pop up on your feed. It can be quite time-consuming to leave comments. Plus, if you have your own channel and you're posting videos and you're replying to comments as well. So what I always tell people is, try not to get emotionally invested in the comment threads, and try not to spend your whole day in the comment threads. Post a comment here or there, or maybe try to pick a few channels out of a bunch where you leave comments, but you don't want to get into a situation where the notifications are always going off on your phone. And like I said, try not to get too cozy with anybody in the comment section, because at the end of the day, we do not know who a lot of these people are. You don't know the age of the person. You don't know anything about them. So you really need to be careful with the comment threads. And that's not just with YouTube. That's it with anything in general, right? You got to be careful. Hell, even even on these dating websites and these apps like Tinder and Bumble, you really got to be careful. You don't know who you're talking to. So we'll leave it at that. We're at the 4-minute mark. We'll keep going. Things are going good with me. Like I said, the new job, I'm really busy, on the go. Worked all day yesterday. The new car, I plan on getting the windows tinted hopefully next week. Things are getting crazy here in Ontario and Quebec. COVID numbers are running rampant. They're at an all-time high. So there's rumors, talks that the government might shut down the economy again. I think in Quebec they have already started. My buddy Lawrence Dagstein out in Brooklyn, New York, apparently they're shutting down all non-essential services. So here we go again, second wave of COVID. So hopefully any of you guys that are out there, if you're watching this, you yourself and your family members, hopefully you're healthy. We don't need to lose anybody in this community or anybody out there in life in general. I don't know anyone in particular that has had COVID, but at the same time, they put out these reports and these numbers of how many people, have contracted COVID on a daily basis, but we don't even know how many people out there, including myself, may have contracted it at some point and not have been tested. Now, I never had any of the symptoms, but I mean, everybody's got different immune systems as well, so it's really hard to say, but it's crazy, Donald Trump's got COVID, and seems like a lot of people are happy. So, like I said, without getting into too much specifics, I don't want to say it's a blessing in disguise because that's inappropriate to say that, but COVID has inadvertently caused, at least with my occupation, for me to be even more busy based on what I do. So it's just kind of weird how that kind of worked out. But like I said, winter tends to be typically a slowdown period for what I do. So hopefully come wintertime I can take some time off and relax, for God's sakes. Hopefully by then we're not dealing with COVID and I can take a vacation maybe outside of the country. I was looking at pictures today of a person who went on vacation in Spain, and it looked pretty incredible. I've never been out that way, so I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? So the next thing I want to talk about right at the 6-minute mark, again, if you're in the market for Xbox One or PS4 games, now couldn't be a better time to collect, because we're right on the cusp, right on that eve of when these new consoles drop, and that means a lot of people are going to be throwing their entire collections and their consoles and their limited edition consoles up on Kijiji, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. They're going to be going to GameSpot, EB Games, trading in all their games because they want to get a PS5. Albeit a lot of the pre-orders are sold out, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to go down. But I guess you could say further on into the new year, once these consoles become readily available where you can walk into a store and pick one up, again, a lot of people are going to be dumping their games. So that's great news for me, because I still have like a boatload of Xbox 360 games I need to chip at, OG Xbox, PS2, and even on my Xbox One I have several games I haven't even gotten into yet. So while you guys are all enjoying the next gen consoles, which is great, I feel I'm happy for you. I'm going to be sitting back in the weeds, perusing all the classifieds and all the ads online, looking for all these games that I wanted that were too expensive at the time to pick up, and now they're going to be incredibly cheap. And look, there's even games that were released overseas that we didn't get over in North America that I'll probably try to pick up as well. Specifically, there was an Out of This World flashback combo pack physical release, if you can believe it, that came out on the Xbox One, and it may have came out on the PS4 and the Switch as well. So I'd like to pick that up. And again, there's a few other games, a couple of the WRC games I'd like to pick up. I hear Forza Horizon 4 and 5 are really good. I haven't played them yet. The one takes place in Australia, and the other one takes place, I think, over in the UK or somewhere in Europe. So I'm really excited to play those games if I can get them. I don't even have any of the current Gen Forza games, for that matter, even the Motorsports. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick one of those up as well. So many Xbox One games that I have on my eye right now. I'm really excited to start building up my collection of games. Mafia, the Definitive Edition. I know Eddie from Texas, guy in my comment section, I think he recently picked that up as well. A lot of people say the original Mafia has the best storyline out of all three. The third Mafia is really not a good game, so we don't even need to talk about that. The second one is really good. I have the first one. I never got too far into it on the original Xbox, so I like to pick up the completely remodeled, reimagined Mafia, the original, for the Xbox One. So that's another game I'd like to pick up, but I don't know. Is any of you guys out there feeling the same way? Are you ready to chomp at the bit there and start building up your Xbox One and your PS4 collection? I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I went to the pawn shop the other day. They still kind of have their Xbox One, PS4 games priced accordingly. They're not expensive, but they're like $15, $20, $25, $30. I'm waiting for it to come down a little bit further. I wanted that sweet spot, where it's just $10, $15. And Gears of War, the original that was like a complete overhaul remastered on the Xbox One. Maybe I'll pick that one up as well. So many good games on these consoles. We as gamers, again, we take it for granted. We don't know how good that we have it. We play these games and then it's just like a McDonald's Happy Meal. You get your fix on, you throw your wrapper in the garbage, and you move on to the next big thing. And that's why a lot of people are going to trade in all their games and all their consoles so they can get a next-gen experience. And then several years from now, mark my words, they're going to be looking back on, I miss my PS4, I miss my Xbox One. I want to play those old games that I don't have anymore. and they're gonna go back to get those old games, and they're gonna find it's kind of like what we're going through right now with the Xbox 360 and the PS2. A lot of these games are harder to find, and they are going up in price. So now is the time. You want to pick up those primo titles. Start looking at the classifieds. Start doing it before Metal Jesus Rock starts putting out hidden gems videos. It's going to jack the price of these physical games. And we're looking at, the next gen that's coming out here is probably going to be the last gen that we'll ever see with physical releases. And really, how physical are the games these days? It's more or less a coaster. It's a key that just activates the rest of the download when you put it in the console. So for all intents and purposes, a lot of the games, even on the current gen, are like that as well. But so this is it. This 8th gen that we're in is probably going to be the last console that I physically collect for. Moving forward, I really think I might move on to PC, and maybe I will go digital. I don't know. We'll see. Cyberpunk's another physical game I want to pick up for the Xbox One as well. And I would like to possibly get an Xbox One X if I can get one cheap enough in the classifieds as well. So lots to look forward to for me. Things are going really well on this channel, and you guys are leaving a lot of fantastic comments, all positive, no negative. So I really do appreciate that. So I'm going to leave it there right at the 12-minute mark. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy your Monday that's coming up and the rest of your week. So you guys stay positive. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.